Hello everybody, it's Non-Scene News here, and today we've got some breaking news coming from Odessa. So let's just start. So the previous night there's been a huge Russian missile strike on the territory of Ukraine in Odessa. So if you can see it on your bottom left corner, we can see that huge smoke coming from these warehouses. It's unclear what these warehouse containers actually contained. Some are saying US weapons that were used to strike Crimea the other night. Some are saying just ammunition and just basic small arms. So conflicting reports, but tomorrow we should get the full story from this Odessa strike. But we got some news coming from Iran. So the Russians apparently said they are expecting to sign a comprehensive cooperation agreement with Iran in the very near future. This was stated by the Deputy Foreign Minister of Russia, Runiko, told the news in Moscow. So very, very interesting news coming here. So in the next coming months, we will expect more closer relations between Iran and Russia, maybe more military relations between Iran and Russia. So this could include giving Russia more Shia drones, just like these drones that were used in Ukraine. Um, Maybe just a couple of treaties, security treaty packs, who knows? But that's all I have for you for Iran. We got some news from South Korea that apparently North Korea has been sending the trash balloons again. So if you didn't follow the previous videos that I have done in the early of my YouTube videos, so we discussed a lot of North Korean trash balloons were crossing the border between North Korea and South Korea. So North Korea are sending big balloons full of rubbish. So if you see in your bottom left corner, you can see the size of these balloons. At the end of it, there's like this trash pouch. So this is mostly containing plastic and old cloths and apparently Hello Kitty stuff. So I don't know how that ended up in North Korea. So, but apparently they have sent hundreds and hundreds to the South Korean border. Maybe North Korea is having some problems with waste disposal of these materials, or they just want to send it to South Korea and let them deal with it. Who knows? But apparently um, more than 1,500 waste carrying balloons were released in Pyongyang since May. So a lot of balloons that were sent from North Korea to South Korea. So very interesting. The next reports we got also in South Korea that a video has arisen that a lithium battery factory was set on fire today. It's unknown if this was just an accident or it was on purpose, but so far there's been confirmed 20 people have died. In addition, more than 20 people are missing, reports the emergency services and Yohab. So very unfortunate news coming from South Korea. We got news that the Polish president has arrived in Beijing. The reason of this visit is the Ukrainian talks between uh, Russia and Ukraine. So the Polish president has said that Beijing is a large degree of holding the key to peace in Ukraine. He said this to Xi Jinping, so he believes that China is a big piece to ending this war in Ukraine, and I will notify you if anything comes from this treaty. And America has followed with this, so the United States has actually called China to use its influence over Russia to encourage it to enter a peaceful dialogue with Ukraine. The Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs, James O'Brien, said. So, big news coming from China. I'll keep you updated if anything else comes from there. We've got news coming from the Hezbollah religious leader. Apparently, he stated we will drop 500,000 missiles on Israel. I don't think he has, I don't know if he has any power in Lebanon or in Hezbollah, but he stated that Hezbollah or Lebanon will drop 500,000 missiles in Israel, which I don't think they have. Maybe unguided missiles, maybe, but who knows? I don't know. But coming from Moscow, the Indian Prime Minister is set to visit Moscow on July the 8th. So Modi, the President of India, has decided to will visit Russia on 8th July the 8th. So I've got to suspect that this won't be anything military. It might be trying to convince Vladimir Putin to go into a peace treaty with Ukraine, or maybe just economic relations and increasing the trade of gas and oil and Russian resources and India trade to flourish even more. So, very interesting. And I'll, of course, keep you updated on that if anything happens there. There's been apparently reported streets battles in New Caledonia. So, if you don't know, New Caledonia is an island here, so it's across the world from France, but yet it is France, so it's a part of a France. Unlike it's not a colony, unlike Australia and New Zealand, which are its own governed like territory, so it's not under Britain, but yet it's still technically a colony. But New Caledonia is in the territory of France, but there's been reports there's been fights and protests of New Caledonian independence. If you can see in this video alone, there's been riots and actually throwing Molotov on these French vehicles. So apparently, this is just a couple reports, but apparently, New Caledonia, the people of New Caledonia want to be independent and not underneath France. So that's just a couple news. We don't know if the whole population feels that way. Who knows? The the United States has declared that Kenya is its non-NATO its main non-NATO ally. So this was the White House reported. Um, and I just want to focus your attention to this speech that Zelensky did when he just turned president of Ukraine. So this was his first ever speech as the president of Ukraine. So just give this a watch.
Дорогі народи, протягом свого життя я намагався робити все, щоб українці посміхались. Це я відчував так серцем. Це була не тільки моя робота, правда, це була моя місія. Наступні 5 років я зроблю все, українці, щоб ви не плакали. Дякую.
So in this video he says he wants to do everything to not let Ukrainians cry. So take that however you wish, but I just really wanted to show that video to you. We got news that the Russian new military artillery vehicle is gaining more and more. It's being produced more and more and being sent to the front. So this is the new Russian wheeled artillery. So this is the 152 Malva self-propelled wheeled howitzer. So if you can see here, it's apparently pretty effective what it does. So this is the new Russian artillery, self-propelled artillery system, and it seems to be seeing more and more action just currently on the Kharkiv front, nothing on the main front here. We got news that we got some pretty funny news coming from Donald Trump in America, again in America. Apparently, Trump demands a drug test for himself and Biden ahead of the presidential debates. So he tweeted on X. It seems it says drug test for crooked Joe Biden? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? I would also immediately agree to one. So very interesting news. He thinks that Joe Biden's going to arrive in the presidential speeches and debates high on drugs, maybe, but Who knows? But we got some more news coming from the terrorist attack from Dagestan. We got the news of how many people have tragically lost their lives. More than 15 police officers and 4 civilians have ended up losing their lives in this tragic terrorist attack that happened in Dagestan, Russia. So, and the last news coming today is again from Zelensky. So, apparently, Zelensky has dismissed the commander of the joint forces of the armed forces of Ukraine. So, apparently, he goes by the nickname of Butcher. So, this is what quoted. This is what Zelensky said. He said, "I have decided to replace the commander of the joint forces of the armed forces of Ukraine, Lieutenant General Yuri with Brigadier General Aryachintov," Zelensky said into the evening address. Sorry, I probably butchered these Ukrainian names, but they're pretty hard to pronounce. Um, this was because apparently he was drinking in Odessa when the Russians actually made a breakthrough somewhere in the vicinity of the front line. I believe it was actually here. So the Russians have actually entered into the first buildings of. They've completely captured Shumi and they've entered in the first buildings of Pishane. So very interesting. That's all I have for you today. I am Noncy News. I will provide you the news that the Western medias and other medias do not show you. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. I hope you all have a very lovely day. See you later.